Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Hope all is well. Yes, civil rights icon Jesse Jackson passes away at the age of 84 years old. And shout out to ABC News for breaking this news here. Fair use allows me to get commentary on said story. Let's take a listen.
Reverend Jesse Jackson has died. For more than
What's up,
5
Willie? What's the
decades, he
word?
stood as a towering figure of the civil rights movement, rising to prominence in the 1960s alongside Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., a vocal champion fighting for desegregation and equality for Black Americans and marginalized communities, a fierce advocate for voting rights. Reverend Jackson was at the Lorraine Motel in Memphis the night Dr. King was assassinated. He was standing in the courtyard and was among the first to reach him after that fatal shot was fired. He founded Operation Push, dedicated to improving the economic status of African Americans and disadvantaged groups. A trailblazer and two-time presidential candidate, he ran for the Democratic nomination in 1984 and 1988. His Rainbow Coalition was designed to form a diverse alliance of African Americans, Latinos, Asian Americans, Native Americans, women, and the LGBTQ community. Reverend Jackson was visibly moved to tears when President Obama was first elected in 2008. The realization of his lifelong work and unparalleled victory of the civil rights movement. His life was dedicated to civil rights during some of America's most turbulent times, a legacy of steadfast activism, giving a voice to millions and helping reshape the American landscape. Here's ABC's Pierre Thomas with a look back at Jackson's life.
Good morning, Kendrick. Good morning, John. Good morning, Nurse Betty. Good morning, Alfred.
All of his life, the Reverend Jesse Jackson preaching, exhorting, demanding justice, a quest to help his people and nation overcome.
We ain't the bottom, we the foundation.
Always marching, civil rights nonviolent soldier. There he was, shoulder to shoulder with Martin Luther King Jr. after witnessing the beatings of Bloody Sunday on television. Jackson eventually became one of the top lieutenants in the critical Southern Christian Leadership Conference, which challenged the Jim Crow South's withering oppression. A witness to history.
I'm going to tell y'all something. 5 years ago, I actually met Reverend Jesse Jackson. See, a lot of y'all don't know that Jesse Jackson is from the south side of Chicago. He got deep roots and ties to the projects, Argyle Gardens, right? You can look it up. Where I used to live at, right there by Argyle Gardens, I think I'd have showed y'all, it's a complex that I used to live at right over the tracks from the gardens called Concordia Place Apartments, right? So to give y'all a brief summary about that, they had a real bad rat problem in the apartments, mold. And Jesse Jackson was speaking up about that, right? It don't matter. Look, we're not perfect. None of us is. Jesse Jackson had made mistakes just like anybody else on out there, right? But you can't overlook the good that he tried to do for his own community, ladies and gentlemen. You can't overlook that. That man at that time was like 78, 79 years old. And he's still pushing at that age to try to still help. I am him. What's the word? Good morning. Good morning. Yes, Nurse Petty, a lot of people don't give that man his flowers. I'm most definitely going to give that man his flowers. I'm going to give him his flowers. I don't care what nobody say about Jesse Jackson. I don't care what nobody says, right? That man was all about his people, and he was even for the people that was considered being minorities. Y'all got to weigh all that part on in too. He didn't just stick up for the black people. He stuck up for any minorities. Because I believe that Jesse Jackson saw a bigger picture. He knew, yes, of course he's going to stick with his own kind, but no, it was bigger than that. And Jesse Jackson saw that.
He was there on that fateful April evening when King was struck down by an assassin's bullet.
Good morning, Trey.
I tried to feel his head, and I asked him, I said, Dr. King, do you hear me? Dr. King, do you hear me? And he didn't say
Please hit that like button on
After
the
a leadership struggle with King's successor, Reverend Ralph Abernathy, Jackson split from the
Hey, good morning, Cozy. Y'all, please hit that like button on the way in. I got 20 people up in here, only 11 likes. Please, ladies and gentlemen, look, this ain't about no BS or anything like that. Now, if you truly picking up the content, please hit that like button. If you ain't picking up the content, that's cool. You can leave.
SCLC and formed a new organization, People United to Save Humanity, PUSH.
beautiful.
After Dr. King, I don't think anyone captured the spirit of America like Reverend Jackson, and he took the movement north. I think Jesse Jackson was the link from that generation of King and them all the way to my generation, and then the generation behind me.
The first wave of the civil rights movement had succeeded in breaking down significant barriers, but Jackson's primary focus was on economic empowerment.
We know that we're worthy of respect and protection, but nobody really knows our name. And so we're really still struggling.
He broke boundaries in politics, twice running for president, first in 1984 under the banner of a rainbow coalition.
Our flag is red, white, and blue, but our nation is rainbow. Red, yellow, brown, black, and white. We're all precious in God's sight.
In 1988, he was, for a time, the Democratic Party's frontrunner for the presidential nomination, winning 11 primaries and caucuses before eventually losing the nomination to Massachusetts Governor Michael Dukakis.
I'd rather go down in the stirring fight than drowse to death at the sheltered shore.
Jackson also took on the role of freelance international negotiator, meeting with some of the world's most brutal tyrants.
Overseas, the American black activist Jesse Jackson has become an intermediary in the Middle East.
In 1984, he met with Syria's Hafez al-Assad,
Goodman and the Reverend Jackson arrived at Andrews Air Force Base,
securing the release of downed American naval officer Lieutenant Robert Goodman. In 1990, he held talks with Saddam Hussein to free foreign nationals being held in Iraq as human shields. And in 1999, he went behind enemy lines again to meet with Slobodan Milosevic to negotiate the return of 3 American prisoners of war. At times, he was a spiritual advisor, counseling President Clinton in
Alpha, you shouldn't take that out of context, man. He been doing that way before, all of this came out. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't about being gay or lesbian or transgender. It had nothing to do with that, bro. I don't want you to take that out of content. Okay? I understand what you're saying, but that ain't it with Jesse Jackson. It never was, bro. It never was. It never was, bro. I get your position, but it wasn't about just you thinking about the rainbow and what it symbolizes today. It didn't symbolize all that back in the day when Jesse Jackson put that in play with Rainbow Push. Had nothing to do with that, bro. Again, do I understand your position, what you saying? Yes. But that's not what that meant back then when he first came out with it.
his darkest hour, facing impeachment over a sex scandal. But Jackson had his own moments where he fell far short of what he had championed. In the mid-1980s, facing controversy, allegedly making a highly offensive remark about the Jewish community.
I deny, and I do not recall ever making such a statement in any context that would be remotely construed as being either anti-Semitic or anti-Israel. However innocent and unintended, it was insensitive and wrong.
And as an ordained minister, having to admit in 2001, he had fathered a child after an affair with a former staffer. Although somewhat...
Now, I do remember when that happened. I remember when that happened. And yes, Jesse caught a lot of criticism having a baby outside of his marriage. I understand. But ain't he still a human being? He's not allowed to make any mistakes. He has to be so damn perfect for the world that he's absolved of making any type of mistakes. Man, please. What up with it, Marlo? What's the word?
Diminished, Jackson leaned in on his faith of forgiveness and redemption and kept fighting, keeping his eyes on the prize. He saw one of his hopes realized on election night in 2008 in Chicago's Grant Park.
America, I have never been more hopeful than I am tonight that we will get there.
He wept as President-elect Barack Obama delivered his victory speech. In recent years, the effects of age and a long illness had slowed his gait, but not his spirit. After the conviction of Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin for the killing of George Floyd, Jackson made it a point to be there in Minneapolis. Through it all, Jackson's faith and hope in what America could be endured.
America will get better and better. Keep hope alive. Keep hope alive. Keep hope alive. I love you very much.
Our thanks to Pierre Thomas.
Morning.
Jackson is survived by his wife Jacqueline and their family. Their children just releasing a statement saying, "Our father was a servant leader not only to our family, but to the oppressed, the voiceless, and the overlooked around the world." Yeah, they added, "We shared him with the world, and in return, the world became part of our extended family. His unwavering belief in justice, equality, and love uplifted millions, and we ask you to honor his memory by continuing the fight for the values he lived by." Family adding in the statement that public observances will be held in Chicago.
You shouldn't have to ask me that, Ivory Ebony, if it's right here in my title. Can you please look at the title? The title it clearly says he passed away at 84 years old. Can you please look at the title? There's certain questions you shouldn't have to ask me because I put his age of when he passed. Please, ladies and gentlemen, this ain't the time for the dumb shit, okay? It ain't the time for the dumb shit because it's clearly in the title of what age he is when he passed away. It's on the screen. You don't see the Lord Jesus. Okay, hold on. So you mean to tell me, okay, because I clearly put it on the title. So you don't see this then? Let me blow it up for you. Civil rights icon Jesse Jackson passes away at 84 years old. That is on my title. That's on the title. So you just come in, just you don't even pay attention to the. It's too early for this. It's too early. I'm not dealing with nothing stupid right now. Nothing. Okay? If you're not paying attention to the title of my show, then why are you here? Oh, man. I'm not gonna do that. You do really need to pay attention to my title. Yeah, I'm saying, what's the word? Good morning. Good morning. Happy Tuesday to you. Happy Tuesday. You making excuses, and I'm really getting tired of you talking up in my chat. Moderators, can y'all take care of Ivory AV? I don't. We not doing that. We not doing that. No. We not doing that. Okay. We not doing that. If you cannot sit up here and pay attention to my title of what I'm saying, and you just hurry up and come on up in here just to type, then that means you don't care nothing about what I'm talking about, and you want to go along to get along with everybody else on saying, rest up, Jesse, rest up. But then I clearly put the age of when he passed. Clearly I did. You're not going to play on my intelligence, period. You can leave. I don't even know why you here. All you want to do is hear about some dumb shit. You don't give a damn about Jesse Jackson passing away. Now, look, I got some work to do, y'all. I got to find these videos of when Jesse Jackson was up in Concordia Park. I want them videos so then that way I can show y'all that Jesse Lee was somewhere where I'm from. Jesse Lee was trying to help the people in that complex building solve mold problems, rat problems, and all type of other problems that they had. All right. Jesse Lee was pushing to get things done in the projects. He was pushing for it. And he got things to shake and move, right? So I got to find them videos. And that was back in 2020 when all this happened. What I want to say 2021, not 2020, 2021. He was, Nurse Petty. He was. And a lot of people really just don't understand on the type of work that Jesse Jackson was doing in the community. He did a lot of work, y'all. He touched a lot of people and helped a lot of people. And I take that very seriously. So if anybody come up in here, yeah, he been out of prison, Junior out of prison. Anybody come up in here laying any type of negative comments towards Jesse Jackson, moderators, you can freely get them up out of here. It will never be no slander on that man in my chat, period. We all make mistakes. We are not perfect, ladies and gentlemen. I wish y'all people would stop being that goddamn judgmental. When you got people out here doing way worse than Jesse Jackson. Hey, good morning, Uncle L. You got people out here doing way worse things than Jesse Jackson, right? That man has touched a lot of lives on out here. And I'm not going to sit up here and slander that man's name by no means. And I ain't going to let y'all come up in here and slander his name. You go somewhere else where they allow you to do something like that. You can't do it here. Either you watch it from the clouds or you can go away. How about that? I'm tired of you imbeciles always thinking that it got to be something about some BS. That's not me. Have to talk about no BS all the time. This is serious, man. For over 50 years, Jesse Jackson has dedicated his life. He stood by Dr. King. And if you ignorant sons of bitches can't even understand that and just give the man his respect, then you can leave. Good morning, Mrs. Baker. No one is holding you here. No, this ain't got nothing to do with no BS, no nothing. It got something to do with the passing of Jesse Jackson at 84 years old. That man that lived a long life. Yes, say less. He most definitely is from Chicago. Yes. Yes, Jesse Jackson got roots all in the projects on the south side of Chicago. Yeah, he got people on in the south side of Chicago. When I say Jesse Jackson got deep roots in the city, he has deep roots. In a lot of people's eyes, with Jesse Jackson, he could do no wrong. Now, we all know that's cap. We all know that's cap. I don't sit up here and drill on the fact that he even had a baby outside of his marriage. Okay. He ain't the first man that would do something like that, and probably ain't going to be the last. But do you think that he allowed that to just stop him from what he was sit here to do, is to help the people? No, he still kept going even after that. And I don't want to be sad. I want to celebrate him because, again, Jesse Jackson had lived a long life, bro. Most of us will hope to be able to get to 80 years old, 90 years old. So when I hear people talking about, oh, well, look at his old ass, you better hope that you're able to get to being an old person. So no, I'm not here to be sad. Jesse Jackson had laid a foundation, and you can't take that away from him. Either way, you can't take that away. And that is correct, Alpha. He stayed true to who he was. He never allowed the media to spin it in a certain way. Hey, good morning, Miss Roz. How you doing? Again, this is not a time for me to be sad about it. This is a time to rejoice and actually be, and look, now he can rest. He did put in the work, ladies and gentlemen. Now it is time for Reverend Jesse Jackson to just rest. I think he earned this. He earned this. Over 50 years, ladies and gentlemen, over 50 years. So no, I have no sadness in my heart. And I'm actually glad. Hey, good morning, Tesh. And I'm actually glad that Jesse Jackson is able to rest now. He did put in the work. Now it's time for someone else to put in the work and do what he's been doing and do it a little bit better, right? Because it's always a way to do things better. Jesse Jackson had laid the foundation. Now it's up to us. It's up to us. Now, half of us ain't going to do nothing. We going to just sit by and just, don't say anything, blah, blah, blah. No. Yeah, Uncle Will, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, bro, we ain't supposed to agree with everything that the man did, but that still don't overshadow his good works and deeds that he has done for the people, though, man. Ain't nobody that's been in that situation can say that they just completely perfect. Like they didn't do that they did everything right. That would be cap in itself. Exactly, Miss Roz. He left a legacy. Yes, it's time for him to go ahead and rest. It's time for him to rest. He 84 years old and left this earth. Look, he didn't live a long life. So, I mean, again, it's always still going to be hard to lose a loved one, but it don't hit you so hard when you know that he didn't live a long life. Oh, I'm sure Obama is going to speak on this, say less. It's going to be a lot of people. Y'all mark my words. It's going to be a lot of people that's going to speak on this today. Mark my words. Now, for the 8 people that's still watching, can you please hit that like button? Hit the like button. The like button is free. Man, look, Alpha, look, as a black man, I don't take that for granted when I see a black man make it to 80, 90 years old. Look, you relish in things like that because you hope that you could be able to make. I mean, look, we all don't know our expiration date around here, right? We all don't know that. But looking at Jesse Jackson make it to the age of 84, come on, man, that ain't nothing that you just sit up here and ignore. Okay? You can't ignore that, ladies and gentlemen. You just can't. Yes, did he have health problems going towards the end? Yes, he did. Oh, I'm sure Farrakhan will speak on it, Uncle Will. I'm going to wait on that. Yeah, most definitely, Tess. He stood, man. Look, again, Jesse Jackson wasn't perfect. But Jesse Jackson still stood on principle and he still helped his people no matter what the circumstances was. He helped. He made sure to put his imprint down. Jesse Jackson's name will always reign no matter what people say about him, man. Nobody is perfect. So I don't sit up here and try to judge that man. Man, please. That means that I sit up here and have to judge everybody on that type of thing right there. Oh, via she. Oh, I'm good. I got me some good old rest. Yeah, I got me some good old rest. You know, I was supposed to have went live yesterday, but hey, good morning, KTC. But I just needed me some rest, y'all. Monday was brutal. What up with it, Carlos? And even though I had to go into the plantation, I was really on out there doing the door dashes. So, oh, damn, KTC, you under the weather too? Yeah, EV, man, I was out, man. I was out by like 8:30, 9 o'clock, man. I was out. Do you hear me? I was out. I went to sleep. Yeah, Ms. Roz, you know, and I get people gonna have they're gonna have it's gonna be some negativity that's gonna be said about Jesse Jackson. They're gonna bring up all his negative things that he did and all this and that. But you know, to each his own. I'm not here to bring none of that up. Because that don't matter at this point. His body of work of him helping the community and helping to lay a foundation down far exceeds all the bad stuff that he did, to me, in my opinion. So y'all know I had to report on this. I woke up at 4:30. I think it was like 4:30 now, going on 5 o'clock. I get on YouTube and then I see this. I say, yeah, I gotta talk about this. No, I gotta go in. I gotta go in to work. But I ain't gotta be there till 8 o'clock. So I had a little time to be able to go live and be able to speak about this. So I'm not gonna be live for long. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna wait till later on after I get off of work. Now, wait a minute. Tess say, let's stop the crap. Fuck these motherfuckers. They should let the man rest in peace. I am tired of these people. Tess, look, you know what? I'm in agreement with you though, Tesh. And that's why I won't pay attention to the people that want to talk all negative about the man and all this and that. Hey, they got every right to say what they want to say about Jesse Jackson, but will I feed off into it? No. No. Because where was you at? Why was y'all not talking about all the negativity about Jesse Jackson when he was still alive? It seemed like people like to wait until somebody passes away, then all the negative situations that the man has been in, now they want to hype it up and enhance it and all this and that. I'm not with none of that, man. I'm not with none of that, man. Yeah, he completed the assignment. Carlos, just let the man rest. Let the man rest. KTC, can you take care of Justin, baby? We're not talking about. We're not. I don't know why would you mention. Hold on. Let me get you up out of here. Yeah, let me get you up out of here. No. We're not talking about anybody else. Justin, baby. Let me time you out for 10 seconds. Oh, I got him. We're not talking about nobody but Jesse Jackson. Anybody brings up anybody else up in my chat, you getting up out of here. I don't even, that's beyond me. What? Man, they trying so hard, ladies and gentlemen. Even in this situation, you won't get me to react the way that you want me to. You want to mention Skinny name? Wait until Skinny goes live and you can talk about him all the fuck you want. The fuck is we bringing up a damn content creator's name for? I'm talking about Jesse Jackson. Boy, they be bucking. They even buck even when I'm being sincere about what I'm talking about, Uncle L. Some Justin baby mentioned his name. So I timed him out. And then got the nerve to sit up here and say people support Skinny who talk about the what the fuck? I don't even know what the fuck that even meant. Hold on. Now look Justin baby. Now read that, y'all, on what he said. Somebody tell me where the hell that made sense on what he said. How did that relate to anything of what we talking about right now? It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. They want me to turn up early in the goddamn morning, Carlos. It's not gonna work. No, it's not gonna work. They're not gonna get me to turn up. But I didn't understand where that statement even came from. That has nothing to do with anything. What you mean, outrage? I mean, the man lived a long life. We're not outraged about nothing. Okay, Uncle Will. Okay. All right. I'm going to check my email, Uncle Will. I got you. And you got a troll coming up here saying something like that. But like, see, this is what I'm saying. Why don't you brush your teeth and wash your face and get your bearings up first before you get the typing up in the chat? Damn, you don't even... And y'all see why I have that rule in place that I don't want any other content creator even being mentioned while I'm doing my show. Skinny ain't got nothing to do with this. I bet you he better not type again. Matter of fact, after saying something like that, just block him. I don't want you to type up in this damn chat. How about that? Just get you completely up out of here. Because you violated a rule anyway that I don't allow no one to say any other content creator's name unless I mention them first. I never mention anything about no Skinny. I don't have a problem with Skinny. I don't care who wants to be outraged or fake outraged about what he talks about. That ain't what we talk. That's not what I'm talking about right now. So bye-bye. See you later. Have a nice Tuesday. Enjoy your day. Bye-bye. Okay? Oh, boy. Early in the morning. It never fails. It never fails. Let them hear the sweet, the sweet hammer tones of old Johnny Blaze telling him, bye-bye. Yeah, let them listen to the sweet baritones of old Johnny Blaze telling him, bye-bye, bye-bye. Let me find my bye-bye. Wait a minute. First off, you got to get the done set. And then once you get the done set and you still want to act the fool, then it's bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye. See you later. Hold on. Now you making me look. I'm sitting up here. I should know where this shit at. Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. I don't know why I'm acting like I can't find it. Well, you get this one. So go in the timeout corner like Keep the Change did you. And wear the dunce hat and think about what you said. Go get your dumb ass in the corner.
Go to the corner and study your history lesson.
Get to the corner and wear the dunce hat and think about what you said up in my chat. Okay? Really think about what you said up in here. But you ain't got to think about it no more. You gone. Bye-bye. Now I'm really about to find that goddamn drop now. Shit, the fuck? Hold on. First you had to go in the corner. First I timed you out and told you to go in the corner, right? First I did that. All right? Now, wait a minute. Let me take my time and look. Because I'm zooming through this right now. I'm supposed to be taking my time anyway. Ain't where it ain't. All right. All right. Okay, that was it. I don't know why I can't find. Wait a minute. Oh, here we go. I stand on what the fuck I said. So, with that being said, I'm going to count you down because I know you see it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye-bye. 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 See you later, dumbass. Bye-bye. 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 See you later. See you later, dumbass. You ain't got to donate, but you got to get the fuck up out my damn check. Go somewhere else that they allow you to control them, dumbass. Bye-bye. Dumbass. See what I'm saying? Bye-bye. I didn't argue with that damn troll. I told that troll what the fuck it is. Either you donate or you get the fuck gone. I don't give a fuck about your line of question. None of that. Bye-bye, dumbass. Scram, bitch, dumbass. Dumbass. Bye-bye. 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 See you later, dumbass. Bye-bye. 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 See you later, dumbass. That's what I have for you trolls that want to come up here trying to incite some shit. Bye-bye. Scram, bitch. Just get the hell on. That's all. I ain't got to say it no more. I got to drop for it to just say it like that. You feel what I'm saying? Bye-bye. See how easy that was, ladies and gentlemen? Unsavory, uncouth individuals, you just get rid of them. Why go back and forth with a degenerate, uncouth, unsavory son of a bitch? Just rid them. Just get rid of them. Bye-bye. You do the bye-bye. Bye-bye. You laugh at them while you waving bye-bye to them. Bye-bye. They gonna be pissed off even more because you told them that. Shit, fuck that. They want to troll, you troll back. Okay, yeah, all right, bye-bye. And you bust a gut at them because the whole time they want you not to be laughing. They want you to be mad just like them. No, I refuse. Okay. You want me to be mad like you? Oh, okay. Well, no. Bye-bye. 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 You give them the retarded bye-bye. That will hurt them even more. Because now they can't type. They can't respond. Just hit them with the retarded bye-bye. Bye-bye. You hit them with that and then get rid of them. That pisses them off right there, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I do it, because I know it pisses them off. Why they trying to make me all mad and get all wound up in the morning? No. Good morning, daughter Zion. What's the word? Yeah, right, Marlo. Hasta la vista, baby. Hasta la vista, baby. Bye-bye. Y'all need to start waking up on the right side of the bed and stop getting up, coming on the damn internet being mad and upset. We don't want your sadness on over here. Get out of here. The hell going on here? No, kick rocks. This ain't the chat for you. Anyway, shout out to the chat. Johnny Blaze got to get himself together for work, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all know I would stay longer, but duty calls. I got to go and punch that clock, but I did want to break the news. I'm sure. I don't know, Dr. Zion. These damn trolls coming in, being all mad, mentioning content creators' name up in my chat when I'm talking about Jesse Lee. You know, talking about some fake outrage and all that. It's goofy shit, Dr. Zion. I done got rid of him now, so it's over with. He goes somewhere else with all that bullshit. We not doing that over here. We paying tribute to Jesse Jackson. He just passed away. Hey, Deja Vu. No, I ain't gonna feed him. I'm just gonna tell him bye-bye. Yeah, I'm just gonna tell him bye-bye, Daughter Zion. I ain't gonna feed him. That's what they want. They wanted me to be all outraged because they know most of these trolls already know not to say anybody else's name in my chat, but they still do it anyway. What up with it, King Mafia Anthony? Salute to you, bro. So, you know, they trying to get Johnny Blaze all worked up early in the morning. That ain't gonna work. I don't know why they try, but they on their job, so I ain't taking it personal. It is what it is. I could just get rid of them and be done with it. I don't know his middle name, Kendrick. You can look it up for your own self if you want to find out. But I never known Jesse Jackson's middle name. Never knew it. I don't even know if he did have a middle name, to be honest with you. Probably did, but I just don't know. I'm not going to lie to you. But you can most definitely look it up if you want to. You can look it up. But I'm not sure, or I'm not all the way certain if he did have a middle name. I'm not sure about that. So wait a minute. So then why did you ask the question? If you already, Kendrick, stop it, bro. If you already knew his middle name, then why you have to ask the question, bro? I made a mistake the first time, Kendrick. I was about to say Jesse Lee Peterson, but I made a mistake. Come on now. I know I ain't perfect, but damn, really? I made a mistake. It's not Jesse Lee Peterson that I'm talking about. I'm talking about Jesse Jackson. Okay? Damn, you so much in a rush to correct me and shit. Damn, I already admitted that come on now, I said it wrong. My bad. If you knew the middle name, all you had to do is just come out with it. Come on now, Kendrick, don't start that bullshit early in the morning now. You'll be on the chopping block too now. Be cool. I get it, and I already had admitted to that, Gam Sam. I didn't need him. I didn't need him to correct me because I would have corrected myself. I apologize for saying Jesse Lee, ladies and gentlemen. I mean to say Jesse Jackson, point blank. Okay? My bad. I already corrected myself the first time that I said it. My bad. You know I am, Deja Vu. I am. I'm about to get the hell on up out of here because I don't want to keep making mistakes, you know, because, you know, people think that I'm so perfect. Rest up, Jesse Jackson. Rest up. Salute to the chat. Appreciate y'all pulling up. But JB2 Reactions is gone.